All right, it is almost 14:30 UTC. Just going to give a little market update for Bitcoin. So first off, long shorts are coming back in long aggressively since we've nuked earlier this morning. We'd like to see this number to start coming down. And on the lower time frame, we're seeing it still continue to as people smash the green button. So there's a local level we just tested the weekly, and we'll go through that. Where I would expect us to hold. If we do lose that, there's a potential to make a new low down to 90K. The funding rates. 0.084, neutral, slightly, I mean, it's still a positive number, so technically it's incentivizing shorts, but it's nothing crazy, nothing that larger long positions would be really afraid of as far as the funding. And then looking at the liquidity in this zone, yeah, the number one thing that sticks out, obviously, is that big liquidity pocket underneath the current lows. So we can technically argue that from this high and after this higher low, we're technically now trending up on the lower time frames, which we are. However, we can easily smack that out with a wick. I would love to see this be a very violent nuke on the open, and we'll see if we get that. I'd love to see a big little nuke, take that 90K out, and then regain, and then we start chugging higher, going to retest swing levels around like 102. So with that being said, looking over at the price itself, the number one thing that I'm looking at here is the retest. So really nice failure on the daily open. We had this close here, this 4-hour close, which was just key, critical to lose the entire structure. That was beautiful. Watch your 4-hour closes, guys. It's so key. Nice little close, continuation nuke, right back for a weekly open retest. If we hold this low, this is kind of like the box to hold now. If we hold the weekly open, we should be seeing retests back higher to retest either the low of the structure or potentially if we can invalidate this resistance zone, we want to see some gains that get us back up to testing this high swing structure around 1015 to 1025. But for the time being, you've technically broken down on the lower time frames. As long as the weekly open holds, you want to see this thing grind up into kind of a flat. And if we do start losing the weekly open, we'll probably get one last drive into that 90K, 91K demand, because this is overlapping 4-hour daily 1-hour demand. It's all down here at 90K. And as long as we're holding that, the overall structure, although bearish looking, is still okay. So biggest thing here tomorrow at 08 UTC, we do have quarterly options unlocking about 20 billion. So expect the liquidity event happening tomorrow morning. And finally, and the number one thing is the weekly. The weekly looks absolutely ass after that close from last week. How do we recover it? Pretty simple. We want to see a close above 97.2. If we can do that, it kind of invalidates this underside retest, and it doesn't look all kind of like hope lost. It's not the end of the world, but we've lost some levels, and on the weekly, it looks a little bit rough. We want to see some gains back to potentially have a continuation move. That's it. Take it easy.